What's going on, everyone? Nate the Great here, coming at you with another reaction. This is a death battle between Batgirl and Spider-Gwen, Marvel vs. DC. Now, I know more about Batgirl than I do Spider-Gwen. But I do know enough about Spider-Gwen to know that I kind of feel like she would have, more skill at range than at hand-to-hand. Whereas Batgirl is, despite having ranged weapons, she would be more useful in hand-to-hand. Because she has different types of martial arts that she knows that was taught to her by Batman, and I think her father or something took her through some sort of martial arts school or something, if I recall correctly. I feel like it's going to depend on how the match goes. But I feel like Batgirl could have an edge. I'm hoping Spider-Gwen would win because I'm kind of partial to Marvel than I am DC. Despite knowing more about a DC character in this particular case. So that's just my take on the battle. So without further ado, let's get this death battle started.
Who runs the world?
The ladies! So obviously there's a bunch of awesome crime-fighting chicks out there.
Like
yes,
Barbara Gordon, the DC Comics vigilante known as Batgirl.
And Marvel's Gwen Stacy, the one you know as Spider-Gwen. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze the weapons, armor, and skill to find out who would win a death battle.
Barbara Gordon always had a connection to crime fighting. Her father was Gotham City's police commissioner, and she idolized the legendary superhero, Batman.
I am the
So
knight.
she whipped up her own bat costume to crash a police ball. Yeah, she's a rebel, but plot twist, a criminal crashed it first, and she wound up saving the day.
I love Batgirl.
Fire in Barbara, a fire for justice, and a drive to confront crime on her own. With this new mission came another goal: to officially join Batman and Robin
As the next badass crime fighter, Batgirl. You know, how come she's called Batgirl when Dick gets to be Robin? Her identity and individuality shouldn't be anchored to the patriarchal idea that women are publicly defined by the men in their life.
Well said, Boomstick. Now, joining the Bat family...
That's awfully deep for
The
Boomstick.
dynamic duo weren't exactly keen on adding a third wheel.
But Batgal worked hard to prove herself, and she's not just a tough fighter, she's super smart.
With a strong understanding of technology and computer hacking, Batgirl knew she could prove useful to a team that relies on tech. Like, Batman and Robin.
How could the Bat and the Bird say no?
And after settling into the Batcave, she honed her skills by training with the
Video
Batman
karate,
himself.
dragon talk, kung fu
Who's
boxing,
basically
and
the
stick
world's
fighting.
greatest ninja times 1,000. Not like she was some rookie before that, though. Her cop dad had her study a bunch of martial arts like judo and karate.
Of course, Batgirl wears her own custom bat suit, lined with Kevlar and filled to the brim with advanced
Fireproof.
technology.
It's basically a slimmed-down
Insulated.
combination of military-grade armor and spy gear that even James Bond
Whoa,
would be jealous
triple
of.
X rating.
Heck, Batman's version
We saw a butt.
survived this humongous explosion. Look at the size of that thing.
She also added plenty of her own tools to her arsenal for an extra advantage. Everything from a taser to pepper spray, concussion bombs, smoke bombs, and foam bombs that can bind people in place.
What's with all the bombs?
And of course, she's got batarangs. Dummy?
Here I come. I'm just dying to help.
Everyone knows about the
No,
racing
you're not.
shark and the bats are famous for.
Ow.
But Miss Gordon also carries an electric variant.
Well, that was...
Yeah, that's very nice of you. That you never appreciate me. You know what? If there was an award for being nice, you wouldn't win it. You can hear me?
Those are awesome. Let me try. Oh, God, why?
Yeah, it's Boomstick.
Anyway,
Why?
Batgirl's also got guns, but like non-bullet ones. She's got a gun that shoots sleeping gas, a gun that shoots a grappling hook, and a gun that shoots batarangs. Because why would you throw something when you can fire it out of a gun?
She's quick enough to dodge bullet fire and avoid electricity from live wire.
Who's basically just a scarier version of Blue Janie Fox
Excuse me.
from that one movie about amazing spiders. Also, Batbarb's tough enough to tank a 5-story fall or have a friggin' building explode while she's inside. Damn, girl, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, she
Well,
is.
until she was shot and paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah,
But
there's
even
that.
with the loss of her legs, she rallied around her peers and kept fighting the good fight as Oracle.
Remember those computer skills? Well, they sure came in handy here, along with her photographic memory. Plus, she could dodge bullets while in a freaking wheelchair. Man, I bet she'd kick ass in Murder Ball.
Certainly setting her apart from the likes of Batman and Robin. She even learned stick fighting while still paralyzed.
She can beat your ass even while sitting on hers.
Yeah,
What
right.
can't she do in that wheelchair? well, besides walk.
Not for too long, though. She eventually
Yeah,
received
obviously.
neural implants in her brain and spine that let her walk again. Unfortunately, these devices are vulnerable to short-circuiting and AI hacking, but they're an acceptable risk and have been improved over time to resist such incursions.
Which just makes her that much harder to beat. I mean,
So,
she's strong enough to
she
out-muscle
fought
a
Lobo?
giant mutant shark and suplex a fully grown
The guy that
tiger. Move
contended
over, Joe
with
Exotic. Make way for the Tiger
Doomstick
Queen.
or
Thanks to her police
Doomsday?
father and her experience with the Bat family, Barbara Gordon's become a well-rounded protector of her city.
Crazy to think how far the wannabe sidekick has come. She's really stepped out of Batman's shadow and become her own hero. The goddamn Batgirl.
Overstepping yourself a little? Try me.
Before Mary Jane, everyone's favorite spider superhero Peter Parker dated a girl named Gwendolyn Stacy.
But then she fell off a bridge and died. The end.
Except that isn't the end. The universe is full of possibilities. What if, in another timeline, that never happened? What if Peter never found that radioactive spider that made him Spider-Man in the first place?
Okay.
What if the superhero was Gwen?
Welcome to Earth 65. This Gwen was a teen kicking back in New York City. She's a drummer for her high school band
Oh, yeah.
and the daughter of a police chief.
And she's this world's one and only Spider-Woman.
Though
And she's
you might know
blonde.
her as Spider-Gwen. With her cool powers, she got busy fighting crime. But
She
hey,
dislikes
don't get blamed
Eminem.
for showing off a bit. She does whatever a spider can.
Though
How
her police
could
father
you?
didn't approve, insisting Spider-Woman could use her powers for the good of others. However, her close friend, the non-superpowered Peter of this world, had a different take.
He was getting bullied all the time and idolized Spider-Gwen's power. So, of course, he figured the only way to stop the bullies was to get powers like hers.
Naturally.
Except he accidentally turned himself into a giant monster lizard.
Shit.
Okay.
Whom the young Miss Stacy was forced to subdue. Peter ultimately succumbed to his experiments, dying in her arms. His death turned Spider-Woman into a fugitive on the run, but also inspired her to take her father's advice.
It was time to step up as a superhero. With her spiderific powers, she can crawl on walls and stick to any surface. Imagine, you're sitting on your couch being all that is man, and you look up at your ceiling, and instead of seeing a normal spider, there's a whole-ass woman up there. Yes, please.
Spider-Woman also
Sign
has
me
the
up.
classic spider sense, which constantly scans her surroundings and alerts her to incoming danger.
How many times have we said the word spider so far? When we get to 50, do we get a free taco?
No.
Thanks to her spider
No, you
sense,
don't.
Gwen's move fast enough to dodge bullets, lasers, and lightning from Electro.
On his best day, classic Spider-Man's even dodged beams of light, at least for a bit before he got smacked.
She's tough enough to power through point-blank explosions just as well as electrocution. And yes, she has similar powers as other spider people like main universe Peter, who survived a massive explosion that annihilated the top of this skyscraper.
And she's strong enough to punch Rhino through a wall, the guy, not another animal, and lift over 10 tons.
But of course, to truly fit the role of Spider-Woman, she needed one last thing. Thanks to Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp, Gwen received her very own web shooters.
Why do these people keep using sticky stuff?
So those aren't organic?
Kind of gross.
The web fluid isn't just sticky, but incredibly strong.
Hey!
The tensile strength of regular spider silk can reportedly reach up to 178 kilograms per square millimeters in a cross-section. Scaled up to a human-sized web, it would be nearly as strong as steel.
Oh, come on, Chris. This is a new shirt.
But it can't be. It already has beer stains all over it.
That's just my style.
Yeah.
Like all those girls that just cut a bunch of holes in their jeans and ruin them.
Even with those similar powers, Gwen's not your average spider hero. She's made a habit of traveling throughout the multiverse.
And she lost her powers permanently. They were stolen by Cindy Moon because she's the worst. Gwen could briefly restore her powers with these isotope things, but she didn't really have a good solution until she found Venom. No, really, Venom. You know, the scary alien sludge monster guy that eats brains?
Despite it being
Okay.
Venom, Gwen took the symbiote for herself. Formed into her new suit, her powers were fully restored.
Oh, yes, she's back in black.
I should note this version of Venom is a bit different from the one you're most familiar with. It was lab-created and not nearly as potent or powerful.
It can form talons, camouflage her, and do some limited shape-shifting. But Gwenum won't be reforming from a
Gwenum.
bubble or anything crazy like that. Also, she can create even more spiders?
So does that mean she's not Spider-Gwen no more?
The only problem is the symbiote's weak to loud sounds and fire. It's basically scared of a metal concert.
Ironic, considering its preferred look. But it's still Venom, and its violent nature tore Gwen apart. Eventually, she wound up unmasked and indicted.
What do you mean unmasked? Her name's Spider-Gwen. Everyone should have figured that out.
Have you been paying attention?
Yes, Wiz. Badass spider dick kick lots of ass.
After serving her time and even gaining control of the symbiote, shifting it into her more iconic getup, Gwen took a trip to the mainline 616 Earth.
Basically, she got about as popular as Spider-Man, and they wanted to jam her in the universe.
There, she regained her secret
She
identity.
snapped the robot's
But
neck,
since there were a few
avoided
other
laser
Spider-Women
beams,
running
dodged
around, she took on a
electros.
new moniker, Ghost Spider.
Ghost Spider!
Now she's
That's
Ghost
right.
Spider.
This chick's too good to protect one world. She's got two. It's awesome to see how far she's come from teenage show-off to guardian of the multiverse.
And that's why I work alone. I need...
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's got some
All
decent,
these
decent
gals have
graphics.
survived some close shaves in the past. You too can get a close shave with Harry's.
Tired of overpaying for razors that are over-designed, overpriced, and out of touch?
Well, Harry's is a return to...
I don't know. I'm still kind of leaning for. See, I don't know now. Now I'm kind of leaning toward Spider-Gwen because now she has that symbiote apparently, and by the looks of it, she still has like the abilities like that the symbiote would have, but they're limited. They said though. My brain hurts. I kind of feel like they were all over the place. I don't know. I guess if I was to cast a vote, I guess it'd be Spider-Gwen now. I don't know. I mean, she kind of, I don't know. I guess I'll just watch and find out, right? So without further ado, let's get this death battle started. Please do Hulk versus Broly in the comments.
Stupid thing. I said take me to Miles, not this. Seems like you're the stupid one for dropping by unannounced.
Is it me or is that
Don't
walking
answer
animation
this
weird?
well.
It seemed choppy.
Taken, Dracula. I'll get out of your hair. See ya.
Wouldn't wanna be ya. I had to. Uh-oh.
End of the road, loser.
Calling each other names, I see.
I'll find you. You're on my turf. Too late. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Boom. Okay, there's a clash.
Ow! 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 Oh, damn it! Come on! Come on! Shoot! You haven't won yet!
Oh! I think she just did.
Now I have.
Ah.
Batgirl's turned into Splat Girl.
Batgirl wielded an impressive
She's
arsenal
turned
with
into
plenty of
something.
tools suited to combat Gwen's abilities. Not to mention, Gwen was no match for her stellar intelligence.
Which made this pretty close. There are plenty of versions of this fight where Batgirl could take down the symbiote with sound and fire.
Yeah.
But even with such weaknesses, the Ghost Spider held enough of her own advantages to take the win more times than not.
Boom
So
stick.
while Batgirl's trading was certainly better, the spider sense is just super broken. Gwen and other Spideys have held up against martial arts masters like Captain America, who is definitely on par with super ninjas like Batman.
Not to mention, Gwen was clearly stronger than Barbara. Plus, Spider-Man survived that skyscraper bomb with the same powers, which Batgirl definitely wouldn't walk away from.
It was way bigger than the building blast that Batgirl barely survived. Hell, Batman's biggest explosion survival feat doesn't even match it. Listen, I know explosions, and by measuring the size of this blast, I can tell it's equal to about 60 tons of TNT.
So it
But
almost
applying
seems
the same
unfair to
stuff
Batgirl.
Spider-Man's, it's
Doesn't
more
it?
than double that.
To be frank, Batgirl had the tools she needed to take down Spider-Woman. Gwen was simply stronger, faster, tougher, and made good use of the spider sense, making it extremely difficult for Barbara to land a decisive hit before taking one herself.
It seems batty, but Batgirl was overwhelmed by Spider-Gwen spinning this one in her favor. Jesus webbed.
The winner
The
is
puns.
Spider-Gwen.